Keep going, team. Try to hold with both hands if you can. Strong stretch. All right. Good. All right. So now, same drill. We're just going to be grabbing our foot and pulling it to the back. So we'll squat deep, come up, and hold the foot right here. Then squat and hold. Really take your time to find your balance. Get to the point where you feel like you can stand for a while there before you release and go down. You lose your balance, you can kind of find it again before you just step into the other one. Good. Now we're going to squat, push kick. Ooh, that one's a little challenging. And then squat, push kick. And again, find your balance before squatting back down. Try to point your toes straight up, squaring off your hips. Keep working. Good. Now, squat, airplane. And when you get here, find your balance. And I want you to do this. 1, back up. 2, back up. Then come back up to here. Raise your foot up. And then squat, airplane. Other side. Go ahead. Take your time in each position. 1, touch your toes. 2, touch your toes. As you rise up, bring your knee to your chest. Find your balance, and then back down. Oh, I'm having a tough day today. Let's get one more.
So much excitement last night.
Huh?
So much excitement last night.
I know. And time. All right. Professor Cam will take over for 15 minutes or so, 12 minutes, and then we're back to it. So listen, for the Q&A part, for the technical part, we can do it one of two ways. Did this with Professor Jose the other day, and I had kind of a 50-50 split of questions and then requesting to see some positional live training. So if there's like a position you'd like to see, like half guard, mount escape, turtle, whatever it is, we can reenact that position with, somewhat of a live training exchange for, a couple of minutes just to kind of show that, and then come back and talk about, what each of us were kind of thinking and trying to do there. So think about that for the, while we're continuing with the training. So you have your questions, or you can request a positional exchange that you'd like to see. Okay.
Okay, team. So next drill we're gonna do, we're gonna be in the same line with our feet, one knee bent, one knee straight. We're just replacing our feet right here. I really like this drill. We've been doing it all week because it's good footwork. It helps your kickboxing, and you can also visualize your guard passing. So this is the bullfighter pass. If you really want to use your hands, make sure you're looking down. Don't look up with it. Keep your focus. And we're just replacing our feet right here. So whatever knee is bent, I'm just switching my weight over that side, back and forth. All right, team, let's begin. So switching our feet back and forth. Once you get your rhythm down with it, then you start adding your hands like a bullfighter pass. Grabbing the pants, move, 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 move. Good. Keep going, keep going. A few more, team, a few more. Time. All right, team, so let's get in this position right here. So we'll be on our knees and our hands right here. I'm gonna touch my opposite elbow to my knee, then I'm gonna straighten out right here. Try to keep your toes flexed, pointing down. We're trying to alternate sides. So we're gonna go 1, come back, 2, come back. So alternate sides, going back and forth. Let's go, team. So here, take your time, come back. If you want to make this drill a little bit challenging, just take your knees off the ground. You really have to find your balance. Or just keep your knees on the ground. Just work on that stretch and keeping your hips facing the ground parallel to the ground. Okay, time, team. So the next one right here. So we're in that same position. So we're gonna work on our range of motion with our legs. So my foot, I'm trying to kick it back and then circle it in. So I'm here. We're gonna do 10 on each side. So I'm just circling my leg in just like this. So my foot is going back, open, bend, and bring it back. We're gonna do 10 on one side. We're gonna do 10 on the other side. On my count, team. Ready? Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Other leg now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now we'll go back to the other side. We'll do the opposite direction. So this one, I'm going to open my knee up, kick it back, and then bring it down. So now it's the opposite direction here. We just did opening, now going the other way. So we're ready to 10 again. So opening our knee up, straightening our leg, and then bringing it back. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. The other leg now. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good job, team. Okay, the next drill we're gonna do, we're gonna do push-ups, but I'm not gonna start in a push-up position. I'm gonna start with my hips up in the air, kind of like a downward dog in yoga. I can put my foot down, and when I do my push-up, or I can keep my knee on my elbow and keep my foot off the ground if I want to make it a little bit more challenging for myself. But I'm always coming back into this position, so like this tripod position right here. I drop down, push up, come back, and then do the other side. If that's too challenging, you put your foot on the ground, makes it a little bit easier, but we're coming back to that downward dog position every time. So really focus on your hips coming up, and down. Okay, team, let's begin. Just keep going. We're not gonna do a count on this one. Go at your own pace. Maybe you put your foot on the ground or knee on your elbow. Keep going, almost done, few more. Last 2 on each side. Good time. Shake it out if you need to. Okay, the next one, I'm gonna be on my knees. Do push-ups again, but now we're doing explosive push-ups. So I'm be on my knees the whole time. I'm pushing up, and I'm taking my hands off the ground, opening my chest big right here. So I can do that. That's great. Catch yourself, push back. If not, we're taking our hands off the ground. So any exercise, like taking our hands off the ground in a push-up position, helps build those explosive, fast twitch muscles. So if you feel like you're not athletic, you can always develop your athleticism by doing like little drills like this. So we just take our hands off the ground. If we can't open, good. Now we're just taking our hands off the ground, staying on our knees and doing these push-ups. Ready, team? Let's go. Just taking your hands off the ground, pushing up. Keep going, 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Good job, team. All right, let's go to our base now. So now we're gonna do around the world. So make sure you guys have space. Back leg, drawing a counterclockwise circle. Follow your momentum, and come back to your base on the other side. All right, team, let's begin around the world. Keep going, keep going. Everybody's looking good. Okay, time team. Okay, next one, we're gonna roll back, catch ourselves. So here, I'm rolling back, catch myself with one foot, lower my hips down, I push on my other leg, I pause right here, and I slide my leg through, I come back to my sitting base. So roll, catch, pause, and then slide through. Okay, team, let's begin. Keep going, team, a few more. Okay, time, team. Next drill, we're gonna do our technical get up. So we start on the ground right here. Nice and easy break fall. You don't have to slap too hard. And then opposite hand, opposite foot, come up to our base, break fall, technical get up, back, break fall, technical get up. All right, team, let's begin. Let's go. That's a nice and easy break fall. Opposite hand, come up to your base. Okay, time. I was not getting this position right here. So we're not like in a wrestling stance. We're not going to be in a duck walk. We're going to be in a medium, like in between right here. So you're saying this position, my elbows are on my knees. Let's put my hands on the ground. Take my hands off the ground, up. So I'm taking my hands off the ground every time. Move forward, hands off the ground, move back, hands off the ground, staying in this low position the whole time. Make sure you still have posture. So I'm see my back is still straight when I'm moving. I'm not bowing my shoulders over. So keep your back, your chest broad, going forward and backwards. All right, team, let's go. So forward, take your hands off the ground, back, hands off the ground. Forward, back. So posture up every time. Take a little pause too. Here, back. Forward, back. Forward, back. Good, team. So now from here, same position. So now it's dropping our foot down. So dropping our knee down, twist, here, come back. Twist, come back. Twist, come back. Back and forth. Keep your chest broad. We're not lunging to the side. It's more like jiu-jitsu. I'm trying to forward pressure. They're getting their daily heel hooks, trying to hook my foot. I'm killing those hooks and coming back. I don't want to create an angle because then that daily heel guard is going to start giving me trouble. So I'm here, drop my knee down, come back. If it hurts your foot or anything, do the same side. Maybe put your hands down to help the twist. But we're in this position right here. So let's begin, team. So here, kill the hook and come back. See, my elbows are resting on my knees. My chest is broad. And we're in this position right here. Stay low, don't come up. Stay here, stay here. Time, team. All right, last few drills on our back. So we're gonna do some abs. So we're gonna do a windshield wiper in a circle. Once you go all the way around one way, then we'll go back the other way. So we're here, we on our back, little movements, little wiggles, all the way down, or all the way around one side, and then we go back and do the other side. So try to limit the space. Your hips are coming off the ground. Stay on the ground, little movements all the way one way, and then back the other way. All right, team, let's begin. Keep going. All right, team, one more each side. One more time each side. And time, team. All right, sit up, posture up. Good, let's work on our breathing a little bit. Slow our heart rate down. So we're just gonna breathe in and out through our nose. So breathe in through your nose. Hold it for a second, and then out through your nose. In through your nose, out through your nose. In through your nose, out through your nose. Keep going. A few more, team. And time. Give me a thumbs up if you guys liked it. Thanks, Jorge. Thanks, Simon. Thanks, guys. Okay, here's Professor Travis.
See who we got. Oh, we had a few join in when I was gone. Okay, so if you thought about that I talked about earlier, if you'd like to ask a question now or see a positional exchange, we can do that. Otherwise, I have some techniques to share. Jack, yes, sir.
All right. This is kind of white belt basic, but for some reason, when when I'm trying to go for the arm bar and she stacks me, trying to roll underneath and keep it going and rolling through the arm bar, I basically get face planted on the bottom and get.
Okay. You get face planted or stacked?
I get stacked like.
It's starting as it's
Hold on. So like I get you. So arm bar here, and then I don't finish. I get up here and go underneath. I'm here all the way down.
You don't have your left leg all the way around?
Yes, I'm here trying to finish it.
Yeah.
And I can't.
You feel like, yeah. I got you. Okay. Okay, so let's look at a couple of things here, right? From the setup, when you set up this arm bar, so maybe you stepped over, you're here like this. First of all,
Don't get that foot down.
Yeah, but they're stacking you. So look, you don't have this leg over for extra weight. So hold this leg. That's super important, right? When he starts to stack, he really wants to like bridge up, but he's only got one leg to bridge with. He's not likely to get it. And if he's holding his hands together, right, then you can go ahead and throw the other leg over. And now you're working in a really strong position. So this is kind of like prevention, right? Hold on to your gi here, posture tall, curl your legs, and then this hand, maybe you just grab, but then you can actually reach and hug the leg and lean toward the legs. See, now when he's trying to come up, I've got more freedom to stretch my leg on the face, which makes it extra heavy, right? So I don't want to let anyone just stack me that easily when I have other ways of controlling, okay? But then you end up getting, I don't remember exactly what you did, but you end up sort of face down on an arm bar, right? So maybe he rolls, is it that they roll away like this?
The other way.
The other way, right? It's like a stacking position.
Right.
Yeah, and you're here like this. Okay, so look, when you're here and you're on your forehead, right? If you're like this, all the weight on your head, then you're not in a good position to finish. What you want to do is kind of extend my left leg into them as I roll toward my right hip and fall. Now I can do this with my back. That's very important because when my head's down, it's difficult to extend. And even if I do extend, he just turns his thumb and I lose it. And now I'm in a very weakened position. I want a position where I can manipulate the arm and I have some extension here. And let's say he did start to pull his arm free, like I just kind of lost it a little bit. I have options for following up and moving and changing my position, right? So that forehead down position, I'm either rolling through to kick them over, which, let me say that real quick. You just go to turtle, right? Like if I'm underneath here, I either can kick them over this way, although that tends to require some buildup, And I usually at this point, they're kind of defending. So hug here, switch this hand to the leg and fall.
Yeah.
And now we're fighting from this position. Turn again, like following me. Now we're here. If his hands are locked together, that's fine. I don't mind this because I can work on the grip, or I reach for this far ankle, or if the ankle's away, grab the near leg and start to drag yourself underneath to roll them. And they will roll. And then finally, they're just bearing their weight down. You can release and take the back. But it sounds like you're getting stuck, like kind of planted on your forehead, right? And you're not choosing a side. You're just hoping that in that crowded position, you can still take the arm, but there's no freedom there without rolling, right? You're essentially pinning your face to the mat. Roll to look at the feet, and then manipulate the wrist and finish the armbar. Their only recourse, if you're lined up with the arm, the only option they have is to flip out of it, to flip to their back, and then you end up back in a traditional armbar. You just follow it. Does this answer the question?
Sure.
Huh?
Jack, you try that on Melissa? Try
Yeah,
those
do it real quick.
details?
Down. So I'm gonna get.
So first thing right here, hold on. Go back to the beginning details. Go back to the original setup. As you step over, go ahead. Adjust and grab that other leg. Yes, and just hold that to you. Kind of lean to your right as you sit down. Yeah. Now Melissa, try to come up. It's way, way harder. And if she's got her hands locked, go ahead and throw the right leg over. Yeah. Yeah, now you got more weight and more to work with. And now she stacks you. Yeah, you can let her stack you here. Yeah. So now you belly down, but look, turn the other way and fall to your hip. And kind of push your right foot against, push your right foot up into her hip. Yes, good. And you can grab her leg and flip her over. Don't put the foot underneath her where she catches you like in a half guard. Keep it right there. Good. And then roll her over. There you go. Nice.
Yeah,
Very nice.
that was it.
Cool. That's fun. Okay, who would like to go next? George?
So I have another positional sparring request.
Yeah.
Like the situation is this, like say, Coach Cameron is like getting past, Professor Cameron is getting past your guard, or maybe he side mounted you, you did like an underhook escape to the belly down position. So you end up in this, like, not quite a front headlock because he doesn't have control of your head, but he's like in front of you, about to cut to the angle, and you are in total. So he's on top, you're in total, but he doesn't have a secure position yet. And I just kind of, I want to see what happens from there.
All right. Let me try to reenact that a little bit and see if I got the right idea. We're getting,
Do you underhook escape?
yeah, like he's almost passing. I'm here, and we're kind of coming up like this.
Yeah, and you actually make it all the way to like the turtle,
Yeah.
but he gets his legs away, so you don't like sweep him or anything, right? And so, and now you're in that almost like scramble-like position where he can move around you. Exactly, yeah, and you also have some options from there. So I want to see not that position when he's already secure on your back, but that exact moment at the scramble.
Gotcha. Okay, so I'm gonna say one thing. In this situation, I likely wouldn't commit to the turtle yet. So I'm gonna play from what I think I would likely do.
Yeah, that's even better.
And then we'll see kind of what happens. but then I'll try to explain why, right? So as we're going, let's just kind of go here. Okay, now we're here. Okay, now we'll do a little bit live. Ready? Go. Here's why I didn't go to turtle. When you commit to the turtle, you're giving the freedom, you're giving them freedom to move all around you. Now, sometimes you have to do that because the alternative is to take you back, right? So it's like, I got to turtle up. But that wasn't there yet. I was in a very specific, let's go this angle right here. I was here. I was in this position. It's a modified turtle. Right now, the first thing he kind of went for was jumping back toward my legs, and I blocked. And then I was able to recover guard. But if I turtle, now he's free, right? So look, if I'm here, I know that him going to my back doesn't work. And if he, turn this way, and this hand can sort of block here. So if he tries to go toward my head, I can move. See that? It's so much easier for me to move like this than when I'm balled up in the turtle. So I'm forcing him into a one-directional game where he can only choose to go toward my head, which is not fully exposed. I'm not looking down. I'm looking right at him, right? So if he goes for like a crossface or anything, I have too much distance. But if I protect too early, this is kind of an important concept. Going into defensive mode too soon in a match. And you know, it takes time to figure it out. You have to risk getting tapped out, right? You gotta like be, you know, a little bit more risky with the way that you spar to learn these things. Because, you know, when you're learning them, you put too much risk out there, you get caught in submissions. But when we just go pure defense, we're always behind. We have to blend losing position and holding position together. We can't just go like hold position, give up position in one swoop, because then we lose these opportunities. So right there, I was like, he's winning because he's got past my guard, but he never was in a fully controlling position. As soon as I dropped to turtle, I'm basically saying, you can take the front headlock, you can take the left side, you can take the back side, you can try to get, you know, you're free to move all around and I can't even see what you're doing. If I can see what he's doing, I'm not that worried. I feel like, oh, you're a little bit ahead, but you're not really in control yet. So that's why like looking down in a turtle like this is not recommended. Turtle is kind of like, you're sort of on one side, raising the knee up, right? And what does this let me do? It lets me recover guard this way. It lets me retreat this way. It lets me roll this way if he does happen to move around.
And what's that?
The 4 points. You're not fast anywhere. You got to get here and then move, right? So kind of playing a little bit here. And then like if they run around this way, retreat. If they bully me, retreat, right? If they dive over for my neck, I can roll. You're set up to make your move faster than they can make their attack.
And is that bent leg what you were using to just initially, not the hook on his hip, but when you first started, was that the hook that you had on the back of his leg at the very beginning?
Yeah, like it's almost like you place it almost like you would throw like a tie kick. You know what I mean? Like where you flex your foot and kind of hook it almost right at that thigh, right? It's just kind of like that, kind of hooking. I go here And then I feel like, and he wanted to kind of jump to the back, but it was pretty easy for me to lift my leg and block, right? The dog going pee defense, I guess we'll call that one. But I mean, you're literally, do what?
Fire hydrant.
The fire hydrant, yeah. Here, but if I had my knee planted, I wouldn't react fast enough for that. So, good? Cool. Awesome. These are great questions. Melissa. Wait 1 second here. Did anyone, I wasn't looking at everyone. Did anybody else have their hand up? No? We're good? All right, Melissa.
Yeah, I got called out. Yeah.
Not that I was trying to call them ahead of you. I just didn't see if somebody was waiting the whole time.
I didn't know how to take it.
I'm not worried about that.
All right, so side control has been my go-to game, but I'm trying to play it up a little bit, do some transitions, doing a crossbody.
Yeah.
And I'm getting muscled out of the position. I feel like I'm pretty insecure in it. I'm not really sure why, because once I get crossbody control, it's almost like they tuck their elbows in so tight, even though I have their back completely flat.
Right.
And they're able to use my own body weight against me, just by pushing me off from a very secured like frame. And I'm
Jack,
I'm
demonstrate that.
Which way should I go? This way? Yeah.
So you pass the guard, you got side control,
Yes.
and you switch to more of a cross. This is kind of more north-south right here.
Crossbody.
Crossbody, you draw like a reverse case of Gatami. Yeah.
Yes. But this is the position I'm losing all the time.
Yeah.
And then he's just pushing me down. He's pushing me south, and he's tucking his tail out.
Right. Okay, let me ask you this, Melissa. Do it again. Go back to there. All right, where are your hips? Are they off or on the floor?
On his ribcage.
Okay. But are they like relaxed down or are they kind of floating up a little?
They're loaded.
Okay.
They're floating.
And then Jack, you're pushing, go ahead.
And then
All right. Yeah. So it's pretty good. But let me show maybe a little couple of things to think about when they get ahead of you on that push, right? So when you are, let me go here. When you're here,
yes.
so get your arms. Yeah, right here. All right, so he's gonna start to push. If his arms are low, like by my back, then I feel like he can really start to push me. Yeah.
That's what you're guys are.
So when you switch, try to kind of straighten this leg and roll on top of the shoulder. I want to be right on top of the shoulder with my hip. This is important. If I can see my hip kind of pin this arm like Americana style by dropping my weight right there. If I'm here and if my hips are down, even if his arms are crowded, he can shrink away from me pretty easily. Okay, so that's the first thing. Get your hips higher on the shoulder, be perpendicular to him. The second thing, if he's got his arms in, I tried to go there, and he started to push me, is step back to north-south. My hands just kind of on either side of the hip, and I moved out of the direction he wanted to push me. So as he just put up a frame right here, stronger. I can't push into him, but I can move myself back. And now the arms become weaker because the place where he was pushing got shifted higher by that step. So like a drill you can do, if you're just kind of here, it's almost like a side plank drill. Right? I don't want my hips just totally relaxed. It's a little bit of engagement, move real quick, with this foot. I'm never just here. This is like the big guys, case of Gatami, where you can just let the weight do the work. But if you're not the big one, then I need this foot kind of push, hip on the shoulder. They start pushing you away. Lower, north, south, right? And then kind of settle in, then you can move back, right? So try that real quick. So Jack, get your arms both on the same side, right? That's what we're working, yeah, like here. So he starts to push. Yeah, easy.
And then do you use the north-south position just for transition or for like for pause for control? Because
Both, I mean, it depends, like it depends on their reaction. If I can scoop up an arm and take a Kimura from the north-south, that's one of the best positions to work from. Sometimes you just end up folding their arms in a way that they actually, like when you do it this way, let me just show one more thing, right? It depends on how they react, right? So if I'm in position, let's go a little bit. If they start to push, right, and I go ahead, push, and I move back here, and I'm able to, I'll move this way. Well, look, if I'm able to catch this arm, you see this arm? Like really scoop it up high, anchor with the belt. This is one of the best mounts that I could ask for, right? And maybe the backman. I know sometimes when I have this, he may roll into me because that's the only way he can roll. He cannot roll toward me. And if he bridges and rolls into me, then I'm ready to consider maybe an S mount or even a back mount. You have the angle that you need to take that. But when their arms get shifted to here, you've got one of the arms pinned like I just showed, it's wide open mount territory. You just step right to the mount. If the arms come back in, you can maybe scoop up a Kimura. If they reset properly, you may hold the belt north-south. You can go back to the case of Gatami. A really good drill, you do this real quick. A really great drill you guys can practice is just going around the world, right? So we go side control, case of Gatami, north-south, reverse case of Gatami, here, yeah. Case of Gatami, here, now reverse case of Gatami, and then catch this arm really high, and then boom, right? That's how you sort of practice staying ahead of the person is moving with maximum pressure. It's okay to change the position. The mistake is to hang on to the head, like, no, I've got to hang on to this. I've got to hang on to this reverse case of Gatami. No, when they beat you, it's immediately time to change. You have to change or they're going to escape. So yeah, don't insist on anything, but from each of those positions, you have transitions and submissions. Depends on kind of what they give you, what's available. Cool.
yes, sir.
All right. Any more, team? Those are really good questions. No more?
I have a
Simon has
question.
a question? Yes, ma'am.
Kind of going off of like Melissa's question, I feel like I struggle a little with determining when to apply more of like hip pressure or like shoulder pressure. Because I feel like I do, like if I get stuck in side mount, I'll try to like bring my hips down or I'll try to like use my shoulders, and then I get like the same thing kind of happens. I get pushed off. So I don't really like, I feel like I'm still struggling with like when to switch and when to kind of what to put where.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of a complicated question because you're talking about like a lot of things happening. You're on top trying to hold and they keep pushing you off, and it's from different positions, right? Like maybe north-south, case of Gatami, side mount, and they keep kind of getting away. I'll share one idea and then Professor Cameron has like a follow-up idea, but just the one I'm thinking of that it kind of goes with Melissa's question that I didn't really mention much, but just changing where your arms go can make a really big difference. So, do it to me real quick. So right here, when I start pushing and he puts his hand down by my hip, right one too, yeah. And he lifts his leg up. Just that hand position allows him to step, right? If I'm, let's go this angle, go back to like a regular side now, okay? If I start to get an underhook and he puts his arm like a wizard to block me here, yeah, that shuts it down. See how he's blocking there? And now he can start to move to the other side, changing. So there's pressure, but you cannot always win the pressure game, right? So like if Coach Cameron, like it's a good example the way that we exchange. When I get my guard passed, I'll usually feel good about deflecting the pressure, but he will change his arm position and move quickly, and it's tough to keep up with. So maintaining the top side control is not just about crushing the person. Like if I get my guard passed, I might already have my arms in place. So he's trying to like cross face whatever, or put him weight down. But I feel like I'm strong. I'm already moving. But as he changes his arm position, as I move, yeah, now look, see, he's already like, and then my arms lose their power. So now you get to that position, come back. Now apply regular like pressure. Yeah. Now I would say, don't move your arms because I'm stuck. So here he can really like smother, and I start to move just to kind of tighten up. Yeah. And then the only thing he's doing then is going from good to better positioning, right? So it almost sounds like a conflict of ideas, like, top side is about pressure. Mm-hmm. But you can't always have pressure if they have put up the roadblocks to your pressure. You have to change the position and find an opening where you can apply that same type of weight. And I think a concept that will help you is how you change the arms and weave out of those roadblocks. A good drill is the same drill that we did before. Let's look at it just one more time because, and you don't need a partner for this either. You can do this if you have like a grappling dummy, or if you have a little punching bag, or just like a large pillow. You can practice this movement. You can even do it with nothing, just on the floor, but just moving around. So the side control. And the idea here is you're staying heavy the whole time, but you're shifting your weight around. So we go here, we switch the case to Gatami, right? We step over to north south, and each time is kind of moving my arms and crushing it. You step over to the Gatami here, each time kind of like rolling me here, reverse case to Gatami, and look, pause right here. Yeah. So by the time he gets here, he's put my arms in a position where I have no more power, right? And then he'll do a little lean and mount. Yeah. And look, guys, we're going now. Like even the mounts with the crossface. By the time, like I started with my elbows in, and now I'm mounted, go ahead and add the full crossface too. And now I'm mounted, both arms trapped. I mean, that's a game-ending position right here, right? So practice that. Like what I would never want you to do is hug someone who is just pushing you away and you're still trying to hang on to them. It's a waste of time and effort and energy. It's just like, oh, they're too strong. They've got good position. Move the arms, change it. Take their strong arms and shift them over to the side. And now they're going to tire much faster.
And let me add something too, like because usually when I'm training with people, they're always bigger or they're stronger than me. So, because you said you don't know when to do what, focus on the control and having their chest, like pinning their sternum down here, doing all this stuff. Like this is my control, but then I got to take away his control. So his control comes from having his back straight, having a good posture. So even though he's on his back, he can still have a good posture, because posture is just your chest, like broad chest, everything looking good, like a bench press position. So if he's in this position, he can move his hips, he can move his arms, he can start escaping. So I can always try to take away that posture. Like I don't like to cross face anymore, especially having long arms. I just like to manipulate the neck. Like this is uncomfortable for anybody. And I have the control, like he can't get his head out to the ground just here because I'm here. And then this limits his options. So now I know he's not going to bridge and turn into me or turn away from me because I'm manipulating his neck. And another thing I like to do is more competitive, like jiu-jitsu competition style for control versus submission is grabbing the pants. If you grab the pants, like if I'm grabbing here or placing my hand on this side of the hips, it takes away his shrimp. Like here, you can still shrimp into me, but if I grab his knee, like if I'm grabbing his pants like this, like he cannot shrimp into me. Here, some people go like this where they grab the other pant leg where they just hold here like IBJJ if they try to get their points. Because now I take away his hips, I take away his neck, and I can put his sternum down here. Wait till he gets tired and then start trying to go for my submission game. So if you don't know what to do in your control, take away his options. So take away his neck, grabbing underneath, taking away his leg here, and I'm still in position. I don't move my position. So if we turn to the side, you see like I'm in my side mount with my, what Jorge called it, like that frog sprawl position. Where I'm just like here. So we're here. So I'm taking away his neck and his leg without even moving my torso or shifting my weight. I only like to shift my weight is when I'm like redirecting, like Professor House things, like redirecting his pressure. If I take away how he gives pressure here, or even doing like that Ribeiro here, you know, like dropping down on neck, try to take away some of his cardio, but always try to manipulate the neck, like here, dropping your head down, like just manipulate the spine. And then like those little IBJJF secrets, grabbing the pants here, like underneath, grabbing the pants on this side, pushing the pants here, where once I have my sternum control, take away the spine, and then they'll get tired. And then once you have your control, then you'll have your options from there. Just take away the spine, like make it all contorted, and that takes away their push. And then you'll know they can only move one way, and then, okay, fight that way. They can move one way, okay, fight that way. But just controlling.
Oh, that's pretty funny, George.
Does that help, Saima?
Yeah, thank you.
All right. We are just about out of time. If there are any last questions, I will answer them now. Otherwise, we will bow out and end the class. Let's do one stretch real quick, team. Just one together. All right. So stand up. So go right here. We're going to back up and get my head in the screen. Let's come up this way. Point your toes, full body stretch. Come down. Flatten your back out. Come down, step back. Right? Pedal your feet out a little bit. Push up, back. Now here, take a step forward, right? And we're going to stretch right here. Step your foot far, and this hand just stretches up. And then come back slow and controlled. Almost lost my balance there. Slow and controlled here. Reset the hand, step up. Get a stretch here, step. Might need to turn your hand out. Arch. Back, lift the foot, return. Good. We'll do that again, but first, raise the foot up, twist. Keep the weight even in your hand. Step. Good. Turn your hand out a little bit. Lift up. Stretch out. Good. Come back. Lift up. Right foot up in the air. Twist. Step. Stretch here. Turn your fingers out a little bit if you need to. Stretch. And back. slowly, tight rope walk, your feet all the way up to your hands. Come all the way up, point your toes. Nice work, team. So it will be kids class tonight at 5. No jujitsu or Muay Thai tonight. We will have tomorrow at 10. Might do a surprise watch party, so make sure you guys show up for tomorrow at 10 a.m. We'll be releasing a video probably early next week detailing the plans for reopening, because everything's kind of opening up May 1st, but it's not going to be just everyone gets to pour in and spar. We're back to the usual, obviously, but I'll be making a video outlining what our plans are and how that's going to go. Until then, keep coming to the classes. We'll extend Buddy Week till next week. So those of you that did not invite a friend for this week, invite them for next week. Just share the link, make sure they have the Zoom app, and invite them on to train, okay? Great class, team, proud of everybody. Let's go right here, ready, stance. Feet together, tension, bow. See you guys tomorrow.